So we're recording, so don't say anything you don't want recorded. And let me open it. Admit all. Here they come. Okay, Steve, the floor is yours.
Okay, wait a minute, we still have more coming in. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta do one thing. And try to have the same kind of festive networking that we normally do, even though we couldn't do it in person. So I have a couple of housekeeping comments first. One, we decided that we wanted to, in honor of the year that we've just survived, endured, and more, try to bring some levity to the season and to the year and everything else that we face. Earlier today, we had our membership meeting where we conducted our annual membership business. And one thing we didn't do because we wanted to have more of an audience is thank some really important people in the work. First, I want to again commend the CNHED membership for the work that you all did during this pandemic, and the season that we just survived is probably the most accurate word. CNHED membership was extremely relevant in helping the city care for so many people during this time. And I also want to thank publicly the CNHED board and staff. We worked, our board of directors and our staff, really hard this year in order to be relevant in the needs of our residents and our communities, as well as the needs of our city leaders in getting both the shutdown and the recovery and the just all of the responses to the pandemic and the season that we faced. And I couldn't be more proud and pleased of how you all of us collectively led. We helped the city make very important decisions. We helped the city be a caring city during the pandemic. So I want to acknowledge the CNHED board and the CNHED staff. Lastly, I want to acknowledge a person who has been with CNHED for a very long time, but is leaving us to figure out her next generation of career, and that's Precious Rideout. All of you know Precious. She is the one who populates and makes our monthly meetings happen. She is the one who works with Community Development Week and Small Business Development Week and our annual event, and so many of the things that you all participate in regularly. Precious has been responsible for coordinating. So I'd like for us to do a visual round of applause for Precious and her future endeavors. And before I turn it over to our guests, our comedians for the event, I want us to have a moment of silence for those that we lost during this pandemic. All of us lost family members or friends, clients in some cases, people that we care for and people that we know. And even though we want this to be a moment of levity, I think that this is, as we go into this holiday season and turn this corner with the pandemic, this is just a moment that we should acknowledge in this way. So I'm just going to ask us all to have a moment of silence. And now to our fun time. So I have to give Hallie and the team credit. When we thought about doing this event and we were thinking about different formats, obviously we wanted to acknowledge the CNHED membership and leadership and staff for their hard work. And we thought about this culminating moment of just, you know, a profound year and undertaking. And we just really decided that we probably all needed relief, that we needed to laugh, that what we've survived, and laugh at ourselves and laugh at the work and everything. And I want to give Hallie credit for identifying who you're getting ready to meet. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce Lois Thompson, who is one of our guests today, and she's going to set the stage for what we are getting ready to experience and enjoy. Lois, welcome.
Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate it. Hallie, thank you so much for making this happen. Let's use our emojis. Use your emojis, everybody. You guys, I want to invite you to the Coalition for Nonprofit and Economic Development's annual Christmas Gala, and in introducing our fabulous host, Gina Brown.
I don't know how fabulous. Let's see how fabulous I'm going to be after. We'll let the fabulousness.
You're fabulous.
I'm fabulous.
Fabulous.
So we know you've been inundated with all kinds of thought leadership. And typically, I think that this is a time for you all to come together and share those gems and those thoughts. And so we thought we'd maybe change it up a little bit and do a little thoughtless leadership for you, because we're comics, so our minds are a little bit warped. And we're sorry for that ahead of time. And we also will not on purpose offend anybody, but there's a chance.
Just giving that disclaimer now.
There is a chance that our lives could offend you. So we like to call
and let me say, trust me, Gina is very offensive. I know, so I'm screaming.
What she's trying to say is, don't blame Steve. Come at us.
Come at us. But yeah, we thought thoughtless leadership was apropos, because we also, or we could have just said the last 4 years. Like we could have called us that. It would have been the same either way. But I am Gina, and this is Rick. And you'll also be hearing from Pete and Lois, and we're just gonna spend some time just sharing our thoughts. That's all.
Sharing.
Well, it's so good to be on here on Zoom with you guys. Or is this Zooming? Are we Zooming?
We're Zooming.
Because it's all kinds.
We can tell because we're,
Okay.
Right. We're Zooming. So Pete,
where's the button for the what? Who? That's how you know.
Right.
This is one long game of Hollywood Squares. That's what Zoom is, basically. It's like, who's in the middle this week, right? Who's gonna be Paul Lynn? Who amongst our CNHED family can be Paul Lynn?
I think that would be Hallie.
Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. Children walk into the room. Too much wine I do consume. Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. Children walk into the room. Too much wine I do consume. Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. I know. I'm probably gonna get fired.
Ain't no sunshine when I'm zooming. Virtual background looks so confusing. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. Don't want to end up like Jeffrey Tubin. Wi-Fi slowed down, barking dog sound. Can't remember the day of the week. I see your fancy book collection, but I can't hear you speak.
Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. No participants I do remove. Chopping video looks like cartoon. Ain't no sunshine when I Zoom. Ain't no sunshine when I zoom. Ain't no sunshine when I zoom.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
Zooming. Are we all still on?
We're all still on. Is everyone's background properly curated?
Is this
'Cause
on?
Doesn't that kill you? When people come up there, like you open it up and they've got like the New York Times bestseller list all in the back in their library.
Right.
They're really reading that. No
And
one's
you're
really
like,
reading that.
come on,
It's like-
Mark. You don't read. I know you don't read.
Okay. The guy that was at the cooler bragging about speed reading the New York Post. Yeah, now he's reading Barack Obama. Of course.
Right. Or the background where it's like the 20-gun arsenal, and you're like, I didn't even know Jack. Does Jack hunt? Oh my gosh. And every time Jack gets on the call, you're like, okay, all the guns are there. All the guns are there. Nobody make Jack mad. Nobody make Jack mad.
Don't get Jack mad. It's funny. Is that as a lesbian woman, I truly never thought I would go back in the closet. But honestly, it's the only place to get any peace and quiet right now. So that is where I am. I'm in my closet.
Right.
Well, you know, Gina, she was not being totally open with you guys, because Gina is the person that comes on the Zoom meeting and then uses the screen as her mirror.
Like, I wonder, is this, hi, right. I forget it's a Zoom meeting.
People don't know it started though. The funny part is most times it's going on, people don't know that it's already started. Like they're in the room. They wanted to be early, so they set up, but they forgot that they're not in the waiting room anymore, and they just
That was almost me today. I was like, well, I only got to walk 5 seconds. There's no need to get dressed yet. Then I got downstairs. I didn't even have on pants yet. I was like, wait a minute. Am I going to stand? Yeah, let me put my pants on. So I had to go back upstairs.
But you have to put the Zoom pants on because other pants are different.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because I want to thank you guys for giving me a reason to put on pants. I have reached my highest weight ever in my life, because when you wear sweatpants all the time, you don't realize that your waist is expanding.
Right.
Exactly. It's hard to get to 10,000 steps on your Fitbit. Running back, going back between the bedroom and the fridge. It's just like, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's one thing when you're close to 10,000 steps, so you walk around the island in your kitchen. It's another thing when you have to get the whole 10,000 steps by walking around the island in your kitchen.
Right.
Everyone's finding themselves at midnight.
Right. It's definitely changed the way we do things, this whole Zoom thing. And then what about the people who are late and all they have to do is come downstairs?
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
But they're still late. And then, wait, the best is like they apologize for being late. They interrupt the meeting to apologize for being late, which causes the meeting to go even later. And then they're like, well, you don't have to start all over. But wait, no, what did you cover? Did you all cover that? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. But you know what? The good thing is they do that in the office too. They're just trying to replicate the same thing they would do in the office, right?
Like, I just want things to be normal.
This is normal.
But it's hard. It's hard for things to be normal because, obviously we're spending a lot more time with our families. And, my personal experience is that up until March 12th, I was on Broadway in the show Mean Girls. And let me tell you, the Broadway schedule is 8 shows a week, 6 days a week. So as a father, I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I could spend more time with my children. Oh my goodness, I'm struggling on the one day off to try to cram all of that in. And maybe my request to the universe was far more powerful than I thought. Because next thing I know, I'm with my kids all the time. And let me tell you, no one is supposed to spend this much time with their children.
No.
People are supposed to go places.
Right.
Give me a chance to miss you.
Right. I call it division of labor. Like, it's just a different definition. You over there, me over here. This is how this relationship works. So.
Putting a literal line down the middle of the apartment. It's like, I've been married to my wife for 15 years and she's an attorney. And what I realize is that I'm not as much married to her as like enrolled in her executive training program. Apparently. She's got a lot of high goals for me, and there's a lot of I've been on a PIP already. I don't know if you know what a PIP is.
Performance improvement plan.
Yeah, I've been on that a couple of times. Right. More than my 2.5-year-old daughter, which I don't even understand.
Are you getting feedback? Is she giving you some feedback? And you're like,
always. Yeah.
We need to have a meeting, and I'm going to give you a little feedback.
Well, at least you're getting feedback from an adult. I'm getting it from a 3-year-old. You know, it's like, I'm bringing back naps. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know my 12-year-old, you thought you were out of nap. No, everybody's napping. 1 o'clock, I'm just rocking everybody. I turn into my grandmother. I just put people on my lap, and I start humming up Negro spirituals, whatever it takes. These kids have got to go to sleep.
Right. I think being home, like you didn't realize what your kids were learning in school and sort of the conversations that they have. And I'm like, don't you have somebody else to ask that question of, Mommy, does my milkshake bring all the boys to the yard? No. And who do you normally ask this to? Because I'm not her. Like, I need you to find a friend. Can we find a friend? Like I just want to find a friend. Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
See, the thing is that everything has become virtual. As an actor and performer, obviously we perform virtually. Now we're doing auditions virtually, which, it's wonderful. I hope that we kind of maintain some of that. But the thing is now my kids are at all of my auditions. And so I'm like, I tell them, look, all I need is 5 minutes. All right. I'll put something on the TV for you. I put some food on the table for you just for 5 minutes. But why is it that my daughter now has to go to the potty whenever it's time for me to do my audition? I'm like, to be or not to be? Daddy, I gotta poop. No, I'm like, that's to be. Or I'm trying to go louder so the rest of the people that I'm auditioning for don't hear it. It's like, just give me 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, children and cats, they don't care that you're on the
No.
Well, and like even performing as a singer, it's like you think that, okay, that's different because like when you do comedy, it's good to be able to hear a laugh, to, every once in a while I can see a face that's smiling, but you think singing, I don't need anybody to help me out. But you realize when you're taking a break in between songs and you want to do that show banter, that you still need an audience. It's like, how the ladies doing? I said, how are the ladies? Are they? Oh man, that's just
there's no panty emoji.
I come from a gospel background. I'm ready. I need to hear somebody go sing it. Come on, take your time. I need to hear that.
We could only have potato salad vision. Like, can we have that? Right. Everyone gets potato salad the minute they get online.
Right. Yeah, that quarantine life, boy.
I find myself asking myself important questions like, is it okay to just drink salad dressing? I think it is. Nothing wrong. That's gazpacho. It's basically, that's
all it is.
Salad dressing. So I'm going to drink, my Caesar dressing.
Right. It's a vegetable.
Yeah.
It's a vegetable.
Does Drizzly know that is my question. Because I've developed a relationship with Drizzly, I gotta have my regular wine order.
I don't drink alcohol, so I just drink salad dressing.
Oh yeah,
that's healthier.
That guy. No alcohol, Pete. How are you gonna make it through this with no alcohol and no meat,
it's been,
right?
Well, I got gout, so I stopped drinking alcohol because every time I drank, I would have a gout outbreak the following day, and I kind of connected the dots, making the connection between alcohol consumption and gout outbreaks. So it's been like 3 years now.
Is that also why you became a vegan?
No, I've been a vegan like 15 years. So yeah.
That's amazing. Pete is a vegan, and he didn't lead with that.
Right.
There are hardly any vegans that keep it a secret.
Right. I was like, wait a minute. You're not talking about your veganism or your gluten-free lifestyle? What, you led with I don't drink? Nobody cares about that. Are you also doing CrossFit? Because we need to know.
I know we can be obnoxious at times, so I'm trying to, like, you know, break that stereotype of not
You are a pioneer.
yeah.
But you also have performed with bands. You do live. Have you done any live music since?
No, I was all set to go on tour with this local R&B artist called Saint. We were set to do a tour of Philadelphia and New York around May, and that got shut down. So, but we have been performing out on the street, like busking for money, and actually have done pretty good doing that. But now that it's cold, that we can't even really do that.
No, it's not the same.
Yeah, we actually, the day that it was announced that Biden was president a few weeks ago, we went out busking, and I've never seen a group of people more happy and more willing to throw like $10 and $20 bills our way. So that was really amazing.
Yeah, yesterday, or was it yesterday? Might have been a good day too in the electoral college
Yeah.
voted, right?
So did you go out and busk every time that it was announced that he won?
Right.
Like
We should have. That would have been a great.
Right. All
like,
the money.
He's like, he just keeps winning. He keeps winning.
Snow is coming, so that's going to be the end of busking and the end of outdoor dining,
Yeah.
which was never really outdoor dining.
Right.
It's like if I take a hut and build it outside and you eat in it, isn't like the restaurant outside, or is it just me?
Right.
It's like now they're putting you in there with heat lamps, and now they're cooking the COVID. You're
Right,
being cooked
right.
along with the COVID. Enjoy your meal, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Well, if it comes out cold, you can just warm it up by the exhaust of the truck that just drove by.
And there you go. But who had COVID? I think one of us had COVID, right, Pete?
Yeah, I had COVID I caught COVID right before Thanksgiving. So one of the only positive things I got out of seeing any family members for Thanksgiving. So I got COVID. I can't come over. They're like, okay, don't come over. They were begging me for the week before to come over. Then once I said I had it, they're like, stay home. Don't come over here. So luckily I had a mild case. I did lose my sense of smelling and taste, and had some erectile dysfunction for a few days. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
all three of those happening at once is pretty.
I love Hallie's face. Hallie's face just now said it was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That's exactly what you want to see on someone's face. You say erectile dysfunction, her eyes just went wide, and her gaze just went right over. That's fantastic.
Well, see, at least a large portion of the people who just heard this now, they're like, where is my mask?
Right.
They're like, you ever want to get people to wear masks? You throw some ED into the conversation.
Right.
Yeah, not only wear your mask, but convince people they need to be. That's how I caught it, because I'm a vigilant mask wearer. I was at band practice, had a band member who plays in a Beach Boys cover band besides our band. 7 people in his band got COVID, and he got it. And we kind of have a rule at band practice, like you always have your mask on until you're singing, which is the stupidest thing, because that's when you should be wearing your mask, is when you're.
It's like, now that a lot of spit's going to come out of my mouth,
right.
Let me take off my mask.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. So it's perfectly fine to tell someone you need to put your mask on.
Yeah.
As if Beach Boy cover bands weren't hated enough.
Right.
Now we find out that they are super spreaders.
They're super spreaders.
No good vibrations there. Just.
I love the Beach Boys. It's the Beach Boy cover bands I got a problem with.
Right.
And to get COVID from an old school band, it wasn't the other way around. It was like this young, hip, out guy giving it to the old guy.
Right.
The old guy gave it to you. How about that?
Right. It wasn't
offense
Imagine
against old
Dragons
guys.
or like
You
Billie
all know you're
Eilish. It wasn't
absolutely amazing people.
No.
Well, I figured if anybody was going to spread an old school band, I'd be somebody like the Ohio Players or Parliament Funkadelic. But the Beach Boys?
Somebody you're willing to get it from. Right. Spit on me. Right. Right.
That's a bad vibration.
Yeah, not good vibrations.
But you know, when we were talking about the good thing about masks, though, it's a great time if you got pretty eyes.
Oh God.
And if the top part of your head is your best feature, this is your time to shine.
The forehead. This is forehead season. Yes.
Yep. Hairline, forehead, and eyebrows and eyes, and you're good. Everything.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, I'm a big proponent of teeth, but right now you don't even have to have any.
That's good.
So and you can still pull. I am, but you don't need them right now. So just hold off and
I know, right?
Getting teeth.
Get in a relationship. Get in a nice, deep, committed relationship before we have to take our mask off. Get some promises. Write up the prenup. Let's get the ring happening. Then you give them the horse face. It's
kind of like normal.
You said you loved me.
Well, it makes you reassess. It's like now, if you're meeting someone new during this time, you're like, how much am I willing to sacrifice for the possibility of this relationship?
Right.
It's like, the person that you kind of liked is like, whatever. I'm like, am I willing to take a chance? Okay, now we can do this.
Yeah, then it's serious.
I'm letting you kill my grandparents. We can be together.
Gosh.
I gotta tell you, Hallie, Gina, I gotta tell you how happy I was that you gave me a call, because I was thinking to myself, you know what? I figured out the exact perfect spot to hang myself in my garage. I'm kidding. I wasn't gonna do it in the garage. I'm gonna do it in the bathroom. But
in the closet. Go back in the closet.
Like, what's that smell? It smells like Friday. No one's gonna check it out.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta take that deep, dark turn. This is where we are. I mean, we're sitting here in boxes. We're at home. Yeah. I don't know how you feel. I feel like I'm going to go to Home Depot and buy that cooler that just fits all the bodies. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is this? What universe are we living in? It's like,
well, but you mentioned Home Depot. Home Depot, that is, you already admitted that you are on you're going down the other side of the hill of life.
Right.
There's only grown people go to Home Depot.
Right.
It's like
because their house is just as broken.
Most of it, I look. This is a lot of shea butter. I'm like behind a shea butter gel right now. I'm actually 75.
Right.
No, I mean, I understand the getting older thing, because I'm one of those older parents. I had my first kid at 40, and so I have a 12-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I'm 51 years old. And it's like, I know black don't crack, but it's like I'm at the point now where I'm like, it's a young man's game, and I didn't realize it, and because I spend most of my time begging them to come back. Like, I'm tired of chasing. Come on back, please. Stop running. Come on, come back. Look, I got $5 in my pocket. It is yours if you come back.
Right, or it's yours, adult, whoever. I don't know who you are. If you bring my kid back, like, just stop don't cross the street. I hope you're okay.
But I mean, I guess though, being an older parent, it's a good time to have kids, because it's a good time because they can do those things that are a little harder, like tying shoes. When you reach that point where your stomach starts to get in the way of shoe tying,
move it over to get down.
When you got to take a break between the left shoe and the right shoe, and you're like, you know what? Hey, son, can you bring me those slip-ons? Okay, now can you put the slip-ons on me? Thank you, son. Thank you.
Right.
Nothing requires anything. I'm 50-something. I've got a 2.5-year-old, and I tell you, when you're in CVS and if you're buying Pampers for yourself and you're buying Pampers for your kid, you waited too long. That's pretty much the story with that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is a cracked egg and powdered milk, but we're making it work.
We're making it work. But aging is, I think that, aging, everybody complains about it. It's on everybody's vision board. I mean, honestly, like, if you weren't trying to get old, what is your point? Or as the young people say, what even is your point?
Well, you don't. The alternative is way worse.
We think.
Well, I mean,
we don't
We don't
know.
know.
We might be in it right now.
well, when my father came back to visit me in my dreams, he said, "Keep on living, son. Keep on living."
Right.
Listen, every ghost I've ever seen was always smiling, so it must be.
Right.
But you also you kind of want to get older so you can talk the smack that your parents used to talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Like when I was younger, I never would have done that. When if we pull out a Hustler magazine, we know you did. So we see the proof is in the printing, right? So yeah, I think aging is interesting because you can't see anything. Like it's like I have such night blindness. Now it's like objects don't even appear. Like it used to be that they would appear larger or smaller. They're not even there now.
Why do you think I have these on? This is so I can know that it's me.
Right.
I thought that was Denzel Washington. Oh no, it's me.
I don't even bother. I just hope you're looking. I don't even care. That's why I'm always like, is this on?
I use my phone, my camera on my phone as like a magnifying glass. When I can't read something, especially like my license, I have to get my license number. I take a picture of it and just make it bigger. Like I can't read these numbers. I need to just take a picture and expand it. Then I can read it.
And Pete, you have to do the on off with your glasses, right?
Man, I can like sometimes I need glasses so bad now they're almost like irrelevant. I mean, a new prescription, they're almost irrelevant. So a lot of times I'll have them off, but I need them when I drive though.
Yeah, because of the night blindness. Yeah.
Just like driving in general, it looks kind of like fuzzy and probably not a good thing that I'm driving without my glasses. So yeah, besides like driving, I really don't need them. And sometimes it's better. I mean, especially wearing a mask because they'll fog up. Like, really quick too.
That's worse.
So sometimes I'll just go the whole day without wearing because I work at a knife shop in DC in Union Market called District Cutlery, sell knives. So if you need a knife, come to Union Market.
And that's what you want, a guy who can't see selling you a knife.
Yeah.
He's like, you want this knife? Hey man, back up. Oh, I thought I was further away than that.
Let me show you how.
Stab me, man.
Well, we did have a lady who cut herself at the shop last weekend, and there was blood everywhere, and she had to call an ambulance. It was pretty.
And did you see the blood? Did you see the blood?
No, I wasn't. Fortunately, I wasn't working. And she did not buy the knife. She just went to the hospital.
I mean, you at work,
And it was really sharp.
Yeah, she bleeded all over our knives. She should at least bought the knife. I mean,
she's like, this knife works.
Give it to her for free.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, she called back the next day, said she got like 50 stitches, and she said she was coming back to buy the knife, but she never.
Aww.
Yeah.
She bled out at home alone.
Yeah. Well, luckily she was with her husband and her kids, so someone could help her.
So she was bleeding all over her husband and her kids.
It was a family affair. Yeah. All right.
Forensic files. Thank you, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we have sharp knives, obviously. So if you need a really sharp knife.
Yeah. Go to the guy who can't see. Pete's your man. Right. No.
I was checking out your background too. You know, they got people with that like to kind of shove off the weight that they're living with, like having the housekeeper go by in the back while they're on the Zoom meeting. It's like, you know, and she's wearing like the old fashioned outfit too, like the little thing. It's like, oh, okay. But you know what always kills me when you see like the older fella and the really hot au pair goes by with the baby, and I'm like, oh yeah, by the time the pandemic's over, that's gonna be the wife. Like this,
that's a movie.
That's
a movie in the making.
Rocks type situation.
Well, like right here, we put the tree up this morning. It's like, what? That's an empty space. Let's fill it up. Okay, but let's put the African sculpture right there.
I ordered a piano just for today.
It shows cultural diversity. We got Africa. We got wherever Christmas trees come from. It's over there. Yeah.
Right. Cultural diversity. Yes.
I mean,
everyone's represented.
I know. Well, you know, I think we're living in an age now where we're actually getting to live and experience it more. I know that. I mean, I live cultural diversity every day because I have 2 biracial children, and so it's like it's so very interesting to see the 2 cultures come together in the raising of the children. You know, it's like this is what I always, it's like the difference between Black parenting and white parenting. It's like white parents' biggest concern is that their children will grow up and not like them or end up in therapy. Yeah. And so it's like we have much more dangerous circumstances. So it's like, so it makes for a very different type of tenderness and toughness being put into the kids. Because I remember when my kids were little, my ex-wife would be concerned about whether she had given my son enough hugs for the day. And like, I didn't give him a piece of cake and he was upset. Maybe I should go hug him. I'm like, he'll be all right. I'm like, man, I'm ready to go in there and fight him because he ate my last piece of cake and she wants to give him a hug.
Yeah, very, very different. I think we're cut from different cloths. We're cut from different cloths. Black people, I mean, we're always trying to slap the black off of us, right? And it's just what they do. I don't know why. It's like, and some of us don't have enough in the first place. I need the black that I have on me. So
it's a more poetic type of existence. Like my father created very interesting visuals because my father, he just lived in a world of threats. It's like he didn't do anything. He just had scary threats. Right. Like if you talked a little smart to him, like, keep talking smart. We're gonna both go to the hospital. Right. Me to get my boot back and you to get some stitches. Right. And I'm like, by the time you thought it over, you're like, you know what? I'm just going, I'm going to behave myself.
Right. It was jail days. Like if our parents back then, like the way we were raised, they would be in jail now.
Oh, for sure. Exactly.
Right.
And the thing that's so crazy about it is that as a parent now, I feel bad whenever I have to raise my voice. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, I mean, I should have kept well, maybe, I don't know. Right. Then I put myself in timeout and I'm like, what is,
right. And then
I don't have any problems with that. You're going to get a scream down. She's young, she's little, but you know what? You got to get it together early. You got to wrap them up. She's like 4 weeks ago, we were concerned about how many words like she was going to have, you know what I mean? Right. Like they say, like at a certain age, a child should have 350 words. Right. Now she has more words than I do. Now's the time to shut her up. Like this is right now.
Right, you're done.
That's my 3-year-old. It's like she, it's like when it's time to go to bed, you're like so ready. And she says stuff. He's like, you don't know whether to be insulted or complimented. Perfect example is Christmas time. She's really excited about Christmas. She's 3. This is like her first big Christmas where she's fully aware of all that Christmas entails. And so she wanted to listen to Christmas music. And I decided to put on my old, soulful R&B music on Pandora. And it was called the Donny Hathaway This Christmas Music Station. So, of course, the first song that comes on is This Christmas. And she's like, Daddy, this is not Christmas. This sounds like you. And I'm like, oh, baby, you think I sound like Donny Hathaway? Oh, thank you, baby.
Right. It's like an insult and a compliment at the same time.
At the same time.
Right.
You're good at that.
Right.
I'm like, oh, my baby thinks I'm Donny Hathaway. She thinks she's Layla.
Right.
Sweet.
So do you think there's a lot of quarantine babies being born? Well, being conceived, I wouldn't say being born.
At the beginning.
I think it's going to be like 9 months after the beginning of it. It's going to be a boom.
Yeah.
But then once you start getting to 12 months and later,
you'll need a lawyer.
It's going to be a lull because I think everybody went crazy at first.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh man,
And then it's going to be a lot of different kind of agreements that you're going to need a lawyer to be involved. Yeah, I think there's like stages of it. And it's like, oh, I thought you guys were happy. Oh, yeah, right. So right about July.
Yeah,
right?
I think people found out it's way different than being snowed in with somebody.
Right.
Remember like when you were in your 20s and you're like, oh, a blizzard's coming. I better go over to her house. It's like, maybe I'll get snowed in.
Hunker down.
And now once you got past, because I know that when they first closed down Broadway, we were told that we would be out for 4 weeks. So, 4 weeks, you're like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see if we were meant to be together.
Exactly.
4 weeks later.
That set of kids that's going to be born, we've been in this for 8 months. So that set of kids that's going to be born over the next 2 months, those are going to be the emergency shutdown babies. That's going to be that connection that you made with that person just out of,
Right.
yeah, they're going to shut it down. Let's just do this one time. That's going to be that baby. That's the shutdown generation. That's what we'll call them. Shutdown generation. That's good. As opposed to COVID kids. COVID kids doesn't ring.
A lot of people named Rona are gonna be born.
Right. But I think those kids will be super tough, though, don't you think? They're gonna have to, because their parents are not gonna like them. They're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, there is nothing we could have done about that."
This is the mental health generation.
But yeah, okay, well,
Okay.
No,
it's like, I'm just, I feel like I'm ready to eat. Anybody else? Just me?
Just you. Just you.
Because that's the thing. It's like I lost all sense of time during this. I'm like, is it lunchtime yet?
It's been 40 minutes.
What day of the week
It's always
is it?
lunchtime.
Every day is the same. It's like the only way I know it's Sunday, because my mother will call me to tell me that she's in church in her house in her pajamas. She's like, I don't think I'm ever going back to the actual church house.
Right.
It's like, I just was in church and I still got my rollers in, Ricky. But
now they're making church hats with pajamas now, just so that people can feel a little bit more.
Now, granted, when I first start talking to her, her face is here. But as the conversation goes, it just is like slowly going like here. I'm like,
Mama.
I'm like, Mom. That little square with your face, that's what I see. Bring yourself back
Stay
up.
in it. Stay in the square, Grandma. Stay in the square.
Right.
You're talking about being biracial. I'm not biracial, but my mom, she actually fell in love very late in life. She went to Missouri and she meets this man at a union retreat, and she comes back, and my mom's like 67 at this point, and she says, well, I want to tell you guys something important. I think I fall in love. And I was like, that's great, Mom. I'm so happy for you. And she says, well, there's something about him you should know. I said, what, is he poor? She's like, no. I said, is he a Muslim? Because I just couldn't imagine my mother wearing a burqa. That's why. That's the only reason. Anything that covered her mouth just wasn't going to work. And she's like, no. Well, actually, he's Canadian. And I was like, oh, thank God. I thought you were going to tell me he was white. And she's like, well, he's that too.
That's code. That's code for white Canadian.
But you know what? I understand, because a lot of people looking at me, they don't realize that I can relate to my biracial children, because I come from an intercomplexional marriage. Now, y'all probably like, what, Ricky, what is, I coined the term, but I had a light-skinned father and a dark-skinned mother. And people are like, Ricky, that is not the same. But y'all have no idea what it was like growing up when your father and your brother look like some DeBarges and you and your mother look like pre-surgery Jacksons.
Right.
So I feel the pain.
Right.
It's like every time every time my father gets upset, he starts speaking real high, like Bobby DeBarge.
Well, Pete knows something about it. Pete knows a little bit about that life.
Yeah, my mother's black. Well, she's passed away, so she's still.
But we think she's still black.
Yeah, she's still
black. Black is forever.
Because nobody slapped that black off her.
Black is forever.
And on my father's side, my grandmother's Jewish and my grandfather's Italian. And I was raised by my Jewish grandmother for the most part. So.
Yeah, and they love
a Jewish grandma. You must have been eating all the time.
Well, she was forced to be an Italian cook. A lot of great things about the Jewish community. The food is not one of them. So yeah,
Happy Hanukkah! Right.
She was making lasagna. I mean, she made some really good meatballs. She was like, considering someone that wasn't Italian, she was renowned for her spaghetti sauce. So got to give her credit for adapting to the situation.
Matzah and
Yeah.
mozzarella.
Oh yeah, like once every other week we were forced to eat matzo ball soup. That was the concession right there.
Right. You will not forget your Jewish roots.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. They guilt you into it. Like you had Jewish guilt and Italian
And
Catholic guilt.
Oh yeah, Catholic
So
guilt and Jewish guilt.
Just
Yeah.
Oh my
guilty.
God.
And black oppression.
But I do get Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas. So
Yeah.
I get all three. So
You do. You
I
do.
get a whole bunch of gifts.
All those holidays you don't eat meat. What a waste.
I know. Yeah.
What a waste of a human life.
Human life.
As long as you can eat pie, man. As long as you can
I'm
eat
gonna
pie.
live to 120, but it's gonna be a miserable existence.
Right.
The longest 120.
Right. You're the only one who will achieve what's on your vision board. The rest of us, like,
Because if loving fried chicken is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I got pictures of bacon and Mercedes on my vision board. Like, I'm keeping it real.
right.
Jesus.
But I just want to say, guys, it's been a joy to hang out with you. And but before we go, it's a couple of things we want to do. First of all, I want to make sure that before we go, that I do something that helps us all feel the love. So I'm going to do something right now that
They're all scared.
I paid them money to let me do this.
Are you wearing pants? That's all I want to know. Just tell me.
I do have on pants because I'm about to stand up because I'm about to do something. Because I'm the only person in the world who can do what I'm about to do. I'm the only person in the world who can do We Are the World by himself. All right, so when I'm finished, we're going to all feel the love. All right, so let's take some space. All right.
You can get in
See,
front of it.
got on
Get in
pants.
front of it.
No, you fix the camera so they can see my face. All right. My assistant.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Only person in the world who can do We Are the World by himself. We'll start from Dionne Warwick, go all the way to the end with Bob Dylan. And when I'm finished, we're going to all feel the love. I need space. So, okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Here we go. All right. Dionne Warwick.
Oh, I love it.
Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares. Willie Nelson. And their lives will be stronger and free. It's God has shown us by turning stones to bread. Al Jarreau. And so we all must lend a helping hand. Bruce Springsteen. We are the world. We are the children. Kenny Loggins. We are the ones that make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Steve Perry. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. That was Daryl Hall. Michael Jackson. We're down and down. Let's give it up at all. Huey Lewis. But we just believe that nowhere we can fall. Cyndi Lauper. Well, let us realize how that it change can only come where we stand together as one in the alliance. We are the world. Help me out, everybody. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. I'm feeling. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own life. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Thank you. I feel love.
Okay, we have one more song. Lois, are we going to toast while he sets up?
Yes. Well, while Rick sets up, I just would like to
Toasting.
thank all of the people from CNHD for choosing love over hate, because that is what you're doing by doing the work that you do. To Stephen, Jerika, Yvette, Scott, Hallie, Linda, and the girl with the best stage name ever. You're going to be a superstar, Precious Rideout.
Right?
Absolutely love that name. So a toast to you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Okay, we're gonna do one more number.
Yeah, keep discussing amongst yourselves.
Oh, we're gonna talk amongst ourselves.
Celebrate. Celebrate.
All right.
All right. We're good.
Oh, I'm dancing
I
on
think
this
we
number.
are.
I'm dancing on this number.
All right. Did y'all toast already?
We did. Do you want part of it? Okay, we're gonna do second toast.
I'll drink later. I'll drink later.
I didn't drink it. I just toasted it.
All right. So, nothing. It's like, in order to make anything Christmassy, all you got to do is end it with a Christmas song. I know everybody celebrates different holidays, but, I don't know anything but Christmas songs. So just fill in whatever.
Or your holiday.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, all that. Throw that in. Wherever you hear the word Christmas, just put in your mind your specific holiday.
It's all love anyway. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear it?
Go ahead, Mr. Huxtable.
Hang all the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your bright eyes outshine the town, they do. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Shake a hand now. Ooh, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Shake a hand now. Happy Hanukkah. I want to wish you a crazy Kwanzaa, yeah. And a Festivus for the rest of us, yeah. 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 Thank you. From our home to yours.
Thank you,
Well,
CNHD.
Gina, Rick, Peter, and Lois, thank you so much for bringing your energy and your creativity and your levity to our end of the year holiday season, when we were searching for a way to connect to our members and to try to add a sense of normalcy to what our normal engagement and regimes were. I'm so glad that Hallie and the rest of the team suggested an event of this nature. I'm so glad that we found you, each of you, to add to what has been an amazingly trying and challenging year. Even in the midst of it all, the things that make CNHED special showed up throughout this pandemic and throughout the challenges that we faced. And this was a perfect way to cap off. So Gina, Rick, Peter, and Lois, thank you so very much. I'm going to say with some confidence that we're going to use you again, even after we get back to our normal ways of existence. I think that you could brighten many of our events. So
Can they come to staff meeting?
and
Yeah, can we? Because we need new material, and staff meetings are perfect. It's breeding grounds for new material.
they would prefer to hear from you than me without
Just give us the notes and we'll do the meeting.
Right. Give us your talking points, Stephen. We'll get them across.
that I will be relegated to listening for at least half of the staff meetings in 2021. 2021. CNHED members and friends and allies, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for the year of work behind us. We miss you. We miss seeing you. We miss celebrating with you. And we look forward to 2021. We are going to collectively be needed so much in the same ways that we have been needed over the last 9 or 10 months. And we just look forward to continuing to working with you to make certain that that the issues that matter most to the people that we care about are lifted up in the ways that you all have proven so adept at doing. Happy holidays. Enjoy this, whatever break you're able to muster. And we will see and hear from you in January. Have a wonderful holiday season, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Hallie. Thank you, Stephen.
Bye.